Y'all ready for your headliner? Oh, first time here, we're happy to have him. It's Bukkake!
Hey folks, let's settle in. You know what? It's pretty tough to follow a story about when you got stabbed. But this will be the time I kind of almost got stabbed, but in a way different way. It involves my butt. Let's talk. There's people here with like regular people jobs. We're not all just like comics that haven't figured out we're failing yet, right? You got some like who works like in an office, like who has like a responsible job. There are certain situations you're not going to find yourself in that I have. Becoming a comic means building a reputation for yourself. I've been doing this a while. You wouldn't guess it by my level of fame. But I've been doing this for a minute. And you build a reputation for yourself. And the big thing about reputations in comedy is that that's how you get your bookings. That's how you get gigs. They're like, hey, that guy could do 10 minutes clean on this show that pays. Give you a hint, I'm not getting those phone calls. No, I have the kind of reputation that gets you a text message while you're on a date with your girlfriend saying, hey, I'll bet you're available. I've got this party that needs a comic. $40. By the way, it's a gay Bukkake birthday party. Now, from the not uproarious laughter there's a couple people here that probably don't know what that is. Here's how I explain a Bukkake party. Have you ever seen the Buckingham Fountain? Yeah. It's like that, but come. That's what that is. And there's a very lucky birthday boy in the middle of it, let me tell you. Yeah, so I got that, and here's, like, first off, that wasn't the last text that I got about this. There was a series of next texts explaining the rules. Listen, we're here to have fun, but the first load is for Derek. And I'm just like, oh no, I'm just, yeah, I think I'm just going to tell jokes. That's, I think I'd like to just do that part of the party. I don't need to be there for Act 2. You know? But the texts continued. Also, we do have a tarp, so don't worry about bringing one. Again, just here to entertain. And it fucked up. I got the kind of gigs where you get paid to be the entertainment at a party where the whole point of it is everybody coming. How funny do they think I am? So, of course I take the gig, and I start laughing, and I show my girlfriend. I'm just like, check this out, this is the gig I'm doing. And she's like, no, you can't do that. I'm like, what? Why? She's like, what if you cheat on me? What? I'm not sure about your reading retention, bitch. What the fuck? What do you think about me? Like, sure, I'm done blow off a dumpster, but this seems like a bit much. So I take the gig. I go over there, and this was a few years ago. And as a comic, I always wanted to be professional. This was the last time I ever did that. Because I showed up early. Don't show up early to a cum party. That's because people start to think, oh, you're the fucking big load. Like, I showed up, and this one, mind you, you might think, oh, was this at a venue? Perhaps some underground, but no, it was at a fucking apartment. It was in an apartment in Uptown, and I figured out why gay dudes have more money. Because for their parties, they need thicker walls. Okay? I walk into this fucking place. I knock on the door. Oh, and then the door just opens immediately. Like nobody was looking through the hole. And they lived there. Like that could have been like, need a cup of sugar. Hey, that's your balls. Like, no. It opens the door and the man whose apartment it was, whose boyfriend it was, who's having the, remember there's a birthday in here somewhere. I mean, really, Combs started both of them, you know? And so he has an apron on. He's like, Bob! And he's like 6'4", leather daddy, hirsute, wearing a kitchen apron. And I could tell from the front that his ass wasn't covered. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't see it. There was no mirror behind him, but I just kind of knew where I was immediately. And so, but then I'm like, $40 though. So I'm like, Vito, how you doing? Big ol', I grabbed a handful of this man's ass. It had more hair than my face. I got a hard in. It was rough, you know? But here's the problem. Some of you may have paid attention to the media, their depiction of gay people over the years as clever, beautiful men in great shape. We're in Chicago, motherfucker. There was like 14 dudes that looked like me. And a twink whose birthday it was. So immediately, I have kind of an abrasive voice. Like I got some scratch to me. Nothing like I had when I walked in there. I had to make sure they knew. It's like, hey guys, how you doing? Jokes, hey, vagina, who likes it? Nobody? Cool. Of course, then I started sounding like Bruce Valanche, and I had to start all over. But, so by the time I start drinking heavily, and at this point, the other comedian shows up, fashionably late. And he's my good friend, a fellow named Khalil, hilarious comic. And he walks in, and he's a black dude from the South Side, so he's never been here either. So I start the show. Mind you, there's no microphone. There's an L-shaped couch with 15 me's with hard-ons. And they know that they have to wait at least 20 minutes before they can pull it out. And so I somehow offend them with my first joke, because again, I'm the kind of comic who gets booked for this kind of party. And I'm just like, nah, just to make sure we know where we are. You're all here to come on that guy, right? Yeah, so let me tell you about the Holocaust. And it turns out they didn't get offended again, because it turns out gay dudes are dudes before they're gay. You know what I mean? They are way more dude than gay, because holy shit, party with a few of them after some fucking ounces of coke. Real interesting thoughts on immigration. So we finished the show. And I have not gotten paid yet because I'm an idiot. But I'm also the only straight guy at a cum party, so I'm not sitting on the fucking upholstery. I get paid the $40. Khalil gets paid the $40. I'm like, oh, you know what? This is kind of cool. This seems pretty genteel. I'm going to finish my drink. From the next room we hear, I'm going to get the tarp. Khalil just looks at me, he's like, yo, Bob, it's time to bounce, son. That was the most silent elevator ride of all time. Followed by the most laughter I've ever heard in a taxi. Like, I became an ally to so many different places by doing the worst things. You understand? Oh, man, fuck, I just came. How about you? Thank you guys so much.
Well, clean, everybody. You guys enjoy the show?